In September 1992, a group of foreigners conceived of an idea to reproduce an ancient replica of one of the oldest and largest brocade thangkas in the world. This is a true story of this project, now completed. Tshurpo Monastery has been the home of all the 17 Karmapas since the 12th century. Presently housing over 400 monks, it resides at an altitude of 14,700 feet. His Holiness, the 17th Karmapa, who is 10 years old, presently lives in the very top of this recently reconstructed temple. A statue of the 16th Karmapa inside this temple reminds those who met him of the power of his compassionate activity. He traveled extensively throughout the world performing the sacred Vajra crown ceremony, being performed here. Before he passed away in 1981, he wrote a prediction letter, seen here, accurately foretelling exact details to enable his close disciples to find his new incarnation. His Holiness the 17th Galwa Karmapa was born in Kham, eastern Tibet, on June 26, 1985, to a simple nomad family. He was found according to the precise instruction of the letter. His Holiness the Dalai Lama gave his official seal of approval on June 30, 1992, confirming that this is the true incarnation of the previous 16th Karmapa. Shortly after, he was formally enthroned at Tshurpo Monastery in Tibet on September 27, 1992, by His Eminence Tai Situ Rinpoche and Gosher Gyaltsep Rinpoche. Over 20,000 people attended this sacred ceremony. These are His Holiness Karmapa's parents, his father, Dundrup Tashi, and his mother, Loga. Here they relate to us some of the auspicious dreams they had and some of the miraculous events surrounding their son's birth. At the time of the enthronement, His Holiness the 17th Karmapa Urgyen Trinley Dorje received this book from a Beijing government representative, formally acknowledging the Chinese government's full acceptance of the recognition of this child tukul as the Karmapa. He was the first tukul to be formally recognized by the government since the Cultural Revolution. Throughout the history of Tibet, it has been a religious cultural tradition that the larger monasteries display an enormous Thangka once or twice a year. It is a spectacular event, usually drawing many thousands of people and said to impart a very special blessing to those fortunate enough to attend. The founder and director of Tshurpo Foundation, an organization set up to raise funds for the Karmapa's monasteries in Tibet, is Ward Holmes.
Last year, Westerners named Terrace Temple and Leslie have been making a Thangka for Tshurpo Monastery. And today, being May 22nd, this is a very historic day, as it will be the first day that the Thangka will be displayed to the public and to His Holiness the 17th Karmapa, who is here now residing at Tshurpo.
The work of making this amazing piece of art began after much calculated planning on August 25, 1993, in a tent factory in Lhasa. The work took over a year to complete. Here we see over 75 monks carrying this 1-ton piece of artwork to the place where it will be displayed every year on the 12th day of the 4th Tibetan calendar month, usually May or June. The last time this ceremony took place was in 1958, before the 16th Karmapa went into exile at Rumtek, Sikkim in India. It was rumored that the previous Thangka was destroyed during the Cultural Revolution in 1966 and 67. There is an air of excitement now as His Holiness the 17th Karmapa steps out to view the Thangka from the roof of the main temple. This being the first time that it has been displayed to the public since its completion, His Holiness was very pleased to see this amazing Thangka and was continually asking questions and talking about it. With Lama Tomo next to him, he watches in anticipation along with many thousands of people who have gathered for this special event as the Thangka is unfolded. White canvas was carefully laid down on the large tiered steps as protection from direct contact with the ground when the Thangka is unfolded. With a row of monks at the top of the wall holding it steadily in place, another row slowly unrolls it at the same time as they carefully step down the steep face of the wall. On the morning of May 22, 1994, around 10:30, the Thangka was displayed for over 3 hours. A traditional thin yellow silk cloth is unveiled, used as a protection for the Thangka, as the crowds of over 3,000 stand in awe, viewing one of the largest and most beautiful masterpieces of Tibetan Buddhist artwork. The Thangka is made from 2,000 meters of silk dyed into 70 different colors. As is the custom, people are filled with joy to have the opportunity to offer scarves and place their heads to the base of the Thangka for blessings. It is considered extremely sacred just to see it, not to mention coming close to it. The Thangka is about 60 by 100 feet, with Buddha Shakyamuni in the center. Terrace Temple is the one responsible for designing this piece of art along with his partner and associate, Leslie Nguyen. This is Katja Oberwelland, who helped with the project as associate director with Tshurpo Foundation, and Ward Holmes, who had the idea to reproduce this Thangka. Tashi Topgel is the president of the tent and garment factory in Lhasa, who worked under the instructions of Terrace and Leslie. Next to him is his director, Sedin Dundrup, and Tempa Rapke. They all worked with 7 other workers. The total cost of the Thangka came to be about $43,000 US. All the workers and people directly involved with the project received the traditional honorary white scarves in thanks from those representing the monastery. The group went to the main temple where His Holiness was watching the event to offer scarves to him.
karma pa wa chuk dorji tu chuk la yang ane tene sing de kukun de yan chen la
The Venerable Drupal Dechen Rinpoche said that now, because the Thangka has reappeared and His Holiness has blessed the Thangka, that there will be many big events in the world and they will bring blessings of peace in the future. This is Dorje Chang, the primordial Tantric Buddha from which the Kagyu lineage began. The first Karmapa, Dusum Kempa, founded Tshurpo Monastery in the year 1205. Karmapakshe, the second Karmapa, built the famous Tshurpo Lachen. He is often used in meditation practices in the lineage. This is Maitreya Buddha, known as the future Buddha. On the left side is Manjushri. He represents the wisdom mind and holds a sword which cuts through ignorance. In the lower left corner is the 16th Karmapa. The bottom right side is the third Jamkun Kongtrul Rinpoche, one of the closest disciples of the 16th Karmapa. Mahakala Bernachen. This is the main Dharma protector of Tshurpo. Here, Terrace and Leslie tell us a little of their interesting story in completing the Thangka. Terrace has been painting Thangkas for over 30 years, but this is the first applique Thangka he has ever done. He is from Hawaii, and Leslie is from London, England. She is a psychologist in art therapy and has studied and practiced Thangka painting for over 5 years.
In 1966, when I first began learning Thangka painting, I never would have believed that I would have been able to work on something exactly like this for such a wonderful monastery. Now we get to see it, and it makes it a dream fulfilled. The last 5 years I've been working with Leslie Nguyen, teaching her Thangka painting, and without her help this would never have been possible. When first the idea came to make this Thangka, it was unbelievable, and it still is today.
So this marvelous adventure has been quite incredible to see how it's been unfolding since it was an idea a year and a half ago, and after that, which we started working in a tiny bungalow in Thailand, starting making drawings and watching them grow from millimeter size to this size. We've also been traveling a lot to get the materials, mainly in Hong Kong, where we had an incredible amount of help from the Dharma Center and Lama Kelsang there. And then it put us onto another path to going hunting for more silks in China. So we've been incredibly fortunate to have the blessings of Karmapa, which has led to no obstacles and only an unfolding of an incredible work. I have to give my greatest gratitude to my teacher, who has given me solid and continuous hard work and teachings. And just to share the wonderful moment of having this tradition start again in Tshurpo, since the late 50s was the last time that this actual ceremony actually happened.
Katya, an associate director of Tshurpo Foundation, tells us of some of her experiences with the project.
Really deeply impressed how beautiful it turned out to be, and that it went without any obstacles, and just right away 9 months of sewing with very devoted people working on it in the Lhasa Tent factory, and Leslie and Terrace just doing an amazing job with the total blessing of Karmapa in their back. Otherwise I think this never could have been happened, and I'm really so happy that it looks like this, and that it really came true. Thank you.
Umse Thupten Sangpo traveled many times to the west with the 16th Karmapa and is presently the reading teacher of the 17th Karmapa, Urgen Trinli Dorje. He said that this Thangka, one of the largest in the world, has fulfilled one of their dreams at Tshurpo. This will help to keep world peace and prosperity, so he again thanks all the artists and sponsors. Tashi Topgel, president of the Lhasa Tent Factory, said it was a wonderful opportunity and a great honor to be involved in such a unique and important project. It was the first time he had ever worked on a large Thangka and learned very much from the experience. As the interview drew to a close, so did the 3 hours that the Thangka was displayed. It is now being closed and rolled up until next year, when it will be displayed again. Lama Lodger, authority in charge of rebuilding Tshurpo Monastery, says thanks on behalf of the entire monastery to all those who worked so hard on behalf of this project. This special donation of the Thangka will bring much happiness for generations to come. Thank you all. After the Thangka was stored away, His Holiness Karmapa gave blessings to the thousands who had gathered for this historical event. It is said that whoever sees, hears, or has been touched by the Karmapa will quickly be released from the suffering of samsara. Here the Karmapa receives one of his first English lessons given by Yongdu.
A, B, C, D,
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Very good, very good. E, B, C, D, E, J, K, L, M, N, P, E, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P,
Q, R, S, B, C, D,
E,
H,
L, M, N, P.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, apa tu? Ka, ka, ga, cha, 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 cha.